Legend video content creators. This is Doug Wirma, over-the-road truck driver. As obviously you'll see on my videos, I work for Knight Transportation. But 4 days ago, I kind of had, well, 4 days ago, yeah, 4 days ago, I had kind of a breakthrough. I mentioned this in the text. I had my iPhone, but I had not purchased a Mac Pro or done any video editing ever in my life. And it was really a limitation for me. I was kind of intimidated on the possibility, can I do it, or will I be able to catch on? So I found with iMovie, I thought, well, I could just download this for free and I'll try it out, see if I can just jump in and teach myself how to do film editing, add photos, do voiceover, do all of that stuff. And I found just by trial and error and repetition is the mother of skill, doing that, just taking every spare moment on my breaks, whatever, just making a video, I start figuring things out. Now I still have a lot to learn. I need to learn how to shorten my videos for B-roll, like 10-second segments, and some of my longer videos that I have in my photo gallery, I need to be able to scale them down. But I was mostly focusing the last few days, the 4 days, is just focusing on creating a 4-minute video using the content I had and just making transitions and voiceover and just using what I had, aware of all the other things I have to learn. But I've done well, I think, as far as learning some new things in the last 4 days. So what you're watching, take into consideration, I've never done any video editing or anything, and I'm doing it while I'm working a 70-hour work week as an over-the-road truck driver. So anyway, I'm gonna sign off. I just want to make this quick intro, and I'm gonna attach this to one of my videos and post it on my the comment section here on Legends. Have a wonderful day. I think the most amazing thing for me is that I'm doing all of this just on my iPhone 12 Pro Max Plus or something like that. And it was my friend Don that told me, hey, you could use that iMovie and create movies using that free software. And I thought, really? I can really do that? One of the reasons why I wanted to start out with the free movie maker, thanks to my friend Don telling me about it, was just to see if I would like or could create videos or little mini movies or whatever you want to call these. Could I do it? On the couch now. So anyway, I've been just splicing these together by just doing several little clips. It could be 10 seconds, 15 seconds, whatever. But the it might all seem really weird, but there's a saying, everything happens for a reason. And, you know, some things are connected to other things and you don't know why. And the point I'm trying to make with this story, back then I realized what I was doing really probably didn't have any concrete value. I wasn't going to be a Hollywood film editor or whatever, but it was the discipline of doing it every single day for 4 or 5 hours, just like my dad paints. My dad picked up a paintbrush when he was retired and ended up being a natural at it. Hello, this is Doug, of course. I don't know how much, I'm on my iPhone that has very limited space. My other iPhone that has the 500 gigabytes of storage I'm just downloading the video I just finished. It's an hour and 4 minutes. I'm just downloading onto Photos, and then it has to go over to YouTube, and because it's an hour, it's gonna take forever before it shows up there. That's one of my frustrations. It's not that I can't create these videos, or I don't enjoy it, or it's grind. It's that the technology now that I'm aware of, there may be new technology, can't keep up. I can't download 10 videos at once. In fact, an hour on YouTube takes forever. So this is gonna be up, it's 12 midnight now. It's going on October 3rd. If you're watching this video, this is gonna be shorter, it's gonna be on Facebook. and or YouTube prior to the longer one. Please check it out. I actually liked it. It's not perfect, but I'm getting there. You know, considering where I started from, it was about a year ago that I started the Video Matrix and just talking in front of the camera for a couple minutes. And it was only in March or something that I started making these. And I'm just focusing. Now I have 2 focuses. I'm a lot more focused than that, but I'm a truck driver. I work for Knight Transportation. I've been with them 9 years. It's my main gig, you know, it's my day job, you know. In fact, I get a kick out of Mike. I give Mike, I love Mike. I love the company and people I work with, the culture. I was talking to Michael, who's one of my he's my previous driver manager. My current one's Erica. But I was talking to Mike. He was on the phone on Saturday. I can go on and on why I love Knight Transportation and the corporate culture and how it's different than I think other companies, but I gotta be transparent. I haven't been with 20 different companies, so I can't tell you from personal experience. I can just tell you my experience with Knight. But like I was talking to Mike and I just called him up, and it's my day off, but I was checking my loads on Monday. I had a Pepsi load, drop and hook on Monday, and then I had a follow-up on Kingman. I was a little concerned about the rotation, being able to do it. I don't like to take loads I'm going to fail on. But I remember talking to Mike, and I said, you know, I was going through the loads, and he said something like, well, I know it can be done because you're Doug Wierma, you know. So I have that reputation that I've worked hard to achieve. I'm not saying I'm a super trucker, but I'm saying that if I go to another company, I'm just a new dude. You know, I'm next to the next guy out of several hundred or several thousand people. Okay, at least I know with Phoenix, where I'm at, with Madeline, who's my driver manager, who manages the whole fleet, our dry van fleet, is watching my videos. Now, I had to ask her to watch one of them this weekend. I don't know what her thoughts are. I've said it on Mike, I've said it to Erica. They all know I'm doing these crazy videos, so they haven't fired me yet. But I also, you know, frankly, Madeline watched one of mine several months ago or something. I was holding the camera. This is another whole subject. And she said, I like the pilot part where you would now make air landing at Walmart. You know, thank you for flying Knight Airlines. And she said, I liked it, but just don't hold the camera. So I have these magnetic things on the windshield, which I showed on a couple of my videos. So I guess this is going to be a short video because I'm downloading a video I did last night on my phone. That's 500 gigabytes of storage, and it takes a while to download it to photos, and then I have to download it to YouTube. And I'm just getting started. I'm headed to Red Bluff, California. I've got 374 miles to go. This is where I'm located. This truck right here, you see there, Interstate 5. C99 runs parallel to 5. I take 99 all the time because we have a yard in Tulare here. This is where we're located. Sacramento. Sacramento's the capital of California. My friends in Japan may not know. It's the capital. Hey, focus time. Can you see the buildings there? I have my headset on. Hopefully you can hear me okay. This is Doug. I'm driving through Sacramento, California. About 17:14 in the afternoon on a Sunday, state capital of California. And Interstate 5 goes right by the downtown area. Currently, it is 81 degrees
any of the
Fahrenheit.
3 left lanes.
I am coming from, not Portland, Oregon. Technically, I deadhead from Portland, Oregon to a sleepy little town about 3-hour drive outside of Portland, up in a small little town. After I drove through the mountains near Mount Hood, it's really beautiful with trees and really beautiful. I did videotape it yesterday. I'm going to try to show it on tonight's video that I make after I stop tonight. However, I've got to focus on my driving right now because it's Sunday. It doesn't look like there's any bumper-to-bumper traffic so far, knock on wood. And the big question tonight is where I'm going to stop. I know the next truck stop I'm going to run into is about 40 minutes south of here, Flying J, Lodi, California, Flying J. However, I've got 3 hours and 19 minutes left on my 11-hour clock drive time, so I'm really tight on my 7 a.m. till 12 noon delivery tomorrow in the Los Angeles area. So the bottom line tonight, I want to go as far as I possibly can and park. Have a magnet on the back of this one, and I go, so my hands are free. I can't do it here in the house because I don't have the windshield. So what I'm trying to say is, I am listening to the feedback. I am being safe. I'm not doing it. I'm not distracted. And frankly, I'm doing more and more videos where I'm sitting and talking like this, although I don't like myself on camera because obviously I'm in my house. I'm not driving. I'm safe, okay? And if I'm like getting loaded or unloaded at a shipper, I'm stationary and I can sit there, and I realized a lot of the things I want to share when I'm driving down the highway, I can share when I'm stationary. So I'm listening to that. I'm being safe. But I do like having some movement, and some highway scenes. So I do film some, but it's stationary with the thing on the windshield. So the whole driving to Tokyo thing channel, it is driving. And I want to point out and clarify that, yeah, because it's 70 hours a week, 60 hours a week. It's been 12 years of my life, almost 1 million miles collectively between my last company and Knight. I'm probably at 650,000 or 700,000 paid miles with Knight. It's going to be my last gig, my last job. I plan to do it until I can't do anything anymore. The only thing I might do after I stop driving, if I'm still alive and I'm still coherent, and I'm still healthy, and I still have this part of my being, I may get into some type of coaching and stuff, and maybe some type of recruiting and training or something else, but that's down the road, okay? Down the road, Right now I'm focused on just being the best truck driver I can. And what's happening is with this video stuff, it's a part-time hobby. Here I'm at home. I don't even watch TV anymore. I don't have DirecTV. But anyway, I mainly want to come in here, talk about myself. I'm in my dad's studio that's being broke down by my mom, and it's really sad. It's kind of both sad and it's a part of life, and that's one of the reasons I want to videotape this. And in fact, one of the things I've thought about, I'm trying to listen to my heart, listen to my intuition. Knight Transportation has this thing called, see, I'm on my chair so I can kind of spin around like this. And you see myself in the mirror here. Hello, hello. So this is my dad's art studio that's being broken down, that he's been painting here like 4 hours a day. We made the transition when I started going to Japan. My parents proposed that they sell my dad's house art studio. I didn't tell this in another video, but my parents have actually it's kind of ironic in a way. They built 4 houses, and here in Arizona City, they bought 4 houses. I give my parents credit. You know, they came here, you know, I'm 68, okay, but they're 20 years older. So they came here in their, you know, late 70s, and they bought this house to begin with. And then they bought a second home for it to be their primary house so I could have this for myself. And then my dad said, well, why don't we just go buy another house for my art studio? So he bought a third house down the street here and set up his garage as his art studio. And I had this house. So they bought, boom, boom, boom. They bought 3 houses here, paid cash for all of them. And then on top of that, they had their Big Bear house. And I was like witnessing all of this myself. And then what happened is the place that they have across the street, my mom saw a for sale sign and loved it. She told my dad that why don't we buy that house and move into it. They moved into that house, you know, about a year ago or something. Sold their other one. Anyway, it's been a whirlwind with my parents. And they've been going for it, but then my dad had a surgery that went bad, and up to then he was riding his bike. He has a three-way bike. He was riding his bike about a mile, painting every day, kind of enjoying life. You know, he's 88. You know, kind of put yourself in his position. 88, he's doing well. It's like, imagine I can kind of put myself in his position. Hey, I'm doing okay. I'm riding my bike. I'm painting every day, enjoying life. I've been retired now 38 years. You know, my wife is still alive. We're doing okay. We're independent, you know. And then all of a sudden, just things started, you know. My mom used to say something like, well, eventually something's going to get you, you know. So they're at that stage, and I'm kind of right in the middle of it, you know. I'm not here 100% of the time, but what I'm leading up to saying, I'm trying to follow my heart. I'm thinking about telling the company I may want to go casual, give up my truck. You always have to give up something. To get something, you always have to give up something. I shouldn't say always, but often, okay? And my mom's packing up all my dad's books and tapes, and he's got everything here. She's having to do it herself, and she can only do so much every day. I'm thinking a really cool thing to do is just go casual during the winter to recharge my batteries, which means I give up my truck, tell the company my parents really need me. I'm going to be working, but more part-time, so I can help my mom pack up the house I've been living in with all my dad's stuff to make it easier for her, and do my best to support them through this transition, you know, and feel good about it. And then when this is all packed up and it's fixed up and it's ready to sell, I feel like I kind of was a part of the solution or contributed instead of just driving a truck, making my movies out on the highway and just kind of coming here like 4 days out of the month, you know. So that's kind of what I'm going to run that by them tomorrow, you know. Yes, I'm going to make less money. Yes, you know, I'm going to lose potentially a nice truck. And there's, you know, I'm going to lose some things, you know, but I'm going to gain some things as well, you know. So that's all part of the driving to Tokyo, believe it or not, because my dad and mom have been a part of this. Night's a part of it. The point with all of this all-inclusive thing is, if any one of these pieces was missing, night transportation, okay, this house, my parents, you know, if any one of these things were missing, my Chicago lived here. Chicago, my friend Chicago lived here in this house. My friend Sophia stayed a couple nights in this house. My friend Tam Dang, who I don't talk to or anything, he's in Australia, he's been in this house. My friend Don, who I trained as a trainer, he's been in this house. My friend Robert, who's one of my co-drivers CRST, he's been in this house. So those are the people on top of my head I can think of. My friend Richard came through here with his son-in-law when they were going to Texas, and his son-in-law ultimately passed away from cancer. He was in this house, you know. So this house actually has had a lot of memories. You know, my nephew Aaron, his wife and kids stayed in this house. So even though this house is going to be broken down, it's gonna be fixed up, it's gonna be sold, and then literally just in a matter of months, somebody new is going to be in this house, and we're going to be gone. You know, I want to, you know, capture this part of the story, this human part of the story, and do my part. Now, frankly, I'm the last person in my family working. My sister Kathy retired when her husband was shot and killed in the line of duty, and 20s. She had 2 full-time retirement incomes, tax-free. She'd do anything to have her husband back, but she hasn't worked for years. My sister Janet just retired several years ago, a few years ago. My dad retired 38 years ago. I'm the last of a family that's even still working, you know? And I know I can't work forever. And I'm not going to live forever. So this is, as much as this is the last chapter of my folks, this is my last chapter, dude. It's like, okay, you're going, I'm not far behind you, you know? That kind of thing. So what you have to realize if you're young, that everything is impermanent, and no matter how solid your life seems, eventually things are going to change. You know, this is something I thought about the other day, and I'll end with this because I can't afford on this phone to talk for 20 minutes. This is a funny thought, you know. And I'm still not tired. I'm gonna probably keep making movies as soon as this one is the one that's being downloaded for a while. Unfortunately, once it goes to photo and it's going to YouTube, it takes forever. But anyway, the thought I had was 100 years from now, I know I'm not gonna be here. My parents are gonna be gone, but you are not gonna be here. If there's a child born like right now, today, chances are 100 years from now, that young, innocent child's not going to be here. It could be, I guess they could be technically 101, but the world as we know it isn't going to be here in the same way on all levels. Where is technology going to be? If technology has changed this radically just in a matter of years, where is it going to be in 100 years? You know, so everything changes. Now, the last thing I'll say is that I hope that with social media and videos, because I think everyone has a story to tell, I hope that somehow, some way, we don't just listen to the professional athletes or the actors or Ryan Reynolds or whomever, that everyone has a voice, everybody has a place, everybody can create their own YouTube network, you know, and have a voice, you know. I'm beginning to finally catch the vision. Having a YouTube channel is like you have your channel. Now, granted, nobody may be watching it, nobody may care, maybe nobody will be sharing it, or even you may not be popular, but if you want to like be able to leave your legacy or leave a piece of yourself or something you do. You could play the guitar, you could play the violin, you could do anything, you know, and you know, there's lots of possibilities and things that can happen as a result of making videos on YouTube. And, or I don't know if there's lots of, I guess, venues and stuff. But anyway, I'm going to close this out. This was just kind of there's a video coming up that's going to be an hour long on YouTube. By the time it does its thing, it probably won't be till Sunday morning. But it's going to be up there, and I'm going to probably end up sending it to my ex-Brazilian girlfriend. I'll probably see that she's opened it at least. I don't know if you'll watch it. And I send it like off to my friend Pat and a few people, you know, Madeline, you know, who knows, maybe I'll send this one. Every one I make, I think, oh wow, I think this is okay. And then I make another one and go, this is better than the last one. But I guess that's kind of the track you want to be on, is if you can just make subtle little improvements, you know, and keep putting out content. You know, I'm going to experiment now with shorter ones. You know, TikTok ones are 30 seconds. Hi, this is Doug. I'm driving to Tokyo. How are you? I'm going now. Bye. You know, 30 seconds. Oh, I make videos. Check them out. You know, I'm a strange dude. I have subdudes. Or I have aliens. I pick up aliens in my truck. You know, I have alien. You know, I have an illegal, not illegal, imaginary alien friend in my truck. There's no hitchhikers allowed in my truck, but I have one anyway. Anyway, I'll start experimenting with shorter ones too. You know, I have my fake Japanese. I haven't even told you about my fake Japanese guy. You know, so I have that and the alien. I can't even do it on camera because I usually do them off camera. So anyway, I'm going to sign off, go see how this other video is doing. So this is going to be one. That's going to be another one. I think I'm on to 4 today. I think that's a pretty good day.